Member for Oak Bay, Gordon Head.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, the government has promised British Columbians a generational opportunity of prosperity through development of an LNG industry. We've been promised a $100 billion prosperity fund, more than 100,000 jobs, a $1 trillion increase in GDP. We've been promised a debt-free BC, the elimination of the PST, thriving schools and hospitals. Honourable Speaker, they should wait for the rest of the question. Honourable Speaker, Russia, with about 20 times the natural gas reserves as all of Canada combined, just signed a $400 billion 30-year deal with China to provide them with natural gas at a cost of around $10 per million BTU. Honourable Speaker, it's projected to cost about $6 to $8 per million BTU to get gas to Asia. Natural gas is currently trading at about $4.50 per million BTU in North America. Honourable Speaker, this means that BC natural gas is simply not competitive with the new 30-year price target set in Asia. So my question, Honourable Speaker, to the Minister of Natural Gas Development is this. What's the backup plan for economic prosperity in BC if its LNG goal is not realized?
Minister of Natural Gas Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, I want to thank the member for his question, the first question on LNG in 4 months in this legislative assembly during question period. I want to tell the member this. Last week, British Columbia hosted the most successful government-sponsored conference in the history of the province on liquefied natural gas, or anything for that matter, in Vancouver. During that conference, a tentative agreement between China and Russia was actually announced, which might be able to supply maybe 10% of the growth in the Chinese market in natural gas if it actually ever gets built. The distance of the pipeline, the time indicates it will take decades to do. I sat down with the CEOs and presidents and senior people from all the major companies that are in British Columbia today with regards to liquefied natural gas. Not one of them. They all told me this is not a game changer for them. They're still confident in British Columbia. They know we can compete with them globally. We know the gas will not arrive at the cities, particularly on the coast of China, at the price that was quoted in the press release. It is just not possible. And we actually know our prices will be competitive with China. And they tell us they're still coming and they're still investing in British Columbia.
Gordon Head on a supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Japan is in the process of turning back on its nuclear plants. The Queensland gas fields in Australia are coming online. Russia's expanding its LNG capacity through Vladivostok. The US is ready to go with LNG exports. Qatar has more than 10 times the reserves of Canada. China has more than 3 times the shale gas reserves of Canada. Honourable Speaker, there is no shortage of natural gas out there to meet world demand. Honourable Speaker, the reality is that not a single company has made a final investment decision in the British Columbia LNG industry. Yet, Honourable Speaker, we have put all our eggs in one basket. And in the words of Preston Manning at the last BC Energy Conference in Fort St. John, we're counting our chickens before the rooster has even entered the hen house. Honourable Speaker, my question to the Minister of Energy and Mines is this. Will he commit to working towards positioning BC as a global leader in the clean tech sector, which will serve as the foundation of tomorrow's economy, and if so, how?
Minister.
So thanks, Madam Speaker. Through the member opposite, first of all, we do know where the supplies and the reserves are of natural gas in the world. We do know that we can compete on that world market. We have been told that specifically by major companies like Shell and Chevron and ExxonMobil and BG and Petronas and others. They actually have spent in this province to date well in excess of probably $8 or $9 billion in getting towards working on their final investment decision, designing on plants and what have you. And I know the members opposite want to heckle because they don't want to admit that they don't actually support a vision for the future of British Columbia. They don't support liquefied natural gas. They don't support the opportunity, Madam Speaker. But the reality is this.
Members.
These people have sat down with us We've worked out the financial parameters. We know that we're competitive globally. We know we're going to get final investment decision, and we know we will be successful on this file. And I know the member opposite are heckling because they're so nervous about the fact that they're opposed to liquefied natural gas in BC. But I can tell you this, opposite member, I'll tell you this very simply. You doubted my optimism going into the election last year. Don't doubt my optimism on going onto this file.